Thank you, Bruce. We announced at the August 27th Board of Directors meeting that Diana Chalfant has submitted her resignation from the Board of Directors as the interval owner's representative effective September 21st, 2020. We're very sorry to see Diana leave the board. She's been a valuable member and a dedicated advocate for the timeshare community, and we're going to miss her contributions in our deliberations. And Diana has a couple of comments that she would like to share with you about the timeshares.
It has been indeed a pleasure for me to serve on this board and to represent our community to the community club. I believe that the positive that I have experienced from associating with each of you is that you now, I think you have a strong understanding of the contribution that our timeshares have made to our community. Investing $46 million over the last 8 years to improve, to renovate and modernize our units. And that makes a positive reflection on our homeowners' value as well. Regarding the resort tour, we were thrilled. We had over 80 people who wanted to attend, but we were disappointed that we had to postpone it until our battle with this virus is improved. I want to assure you that we will conduct those tours, and I'm going to be involved in that. I think that there's something that you should also know, that our Wyndham COVID-19 cleaning protocols require that no one is to enter a unit, be it housekeeping, service, or repair, during any of our guests' stay. Of course, you know, if there's an emergency, we would go in and fix something if it broke badly. But obviously, we have done that to ensure that our guests are safe and that they don't have other influences coming in. With that as our standard, we were concerned that bringing 80 people into one unit, along with our guides, would be a problem. Even though we were going to limit it to 6 people at a time, we felt it was best for everyone's safety that we reschedule. Anyway, I look forward to that day when we can do that tour, and I want to thank you so much for your positive responses. I appreciate that.
The Timeshare Executive Council has met and decided that Barb's store will fill Diana's unexpired term. So Barb will rejoin the Board of Directors on September 21st of 2020. So Barb is in the audience, and we welcome you back to the Board of Directors, Barb. We also want to acknowledge the service of both Steve Smith and Phil Birdsall for their dedicated and selfless time on the Board of Directors. It's truly been a pleasure working with both of them. We're going to miss their insightful comments and their sound advice as we faced many difficult decisions this year. We also want to take a few moments to thank Sharon for sharing Steve with us for the past 6 years. We know that hasn't always been easy, and we appreciate the sacrifices that they both made for our community. Now, a special thank you. We want to thank Deb and Lily for sharing Phil with us for the last couple years. We have witnessed firsthand as each of you has shown us how very important family is and the sacrifices that gives family its true meaning. We wish you all the best as you start your new chapter in life together. And with that, we have a couple of small going-away gifts for Steve, Phil, and Diana. Steve, of course, is out of town, so Phil and Diana, if you would come up and take your gifts. Okay, Diana, this is for you.
You're very
And
much.
thank you.
Thank you.
1 minute for the other one. Yep, yep. And this is for Phil.
Thank you.
And just a little note, the reason we're holding those on the bottom, in case you don't know, Phil spends some of his time down at Chestnut Hill Winery, which is the winery that bottled the 50th anniversary wine. We did put a bottle of the 50th anniversary wine in each one of their bags. So be careful with those. We don't want them out in the parking lot, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And so all of this has really been the warm-up act for our headliners today. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Pat Vincent, who is our chairperson of the 2020 Election Committee, to present the 2020 election results. Pat?
Thank you, Ken. First, I'd like to introduce the other members of the Election Committee this year. We have Don Spielvogel, Dennis Monson, Steve Crane, Jean Geib, Bill Booth, Monica Heisel, and Phil Riley. And I'd like to thank each of them for the time that they have donated to the election process this year. The Community Club Board of Directors consists of 5 property owner directors at large, 1 declarant director, and 1 interval owners director. Each director, however, is responsible for representing the needs of the entire community. In 2020, 2 property owner directors at large positions were open for election. At the end of the application period, which ended on Friday, June 12th, there were 7 candidates for the 2 available positions. 1 candidate withdrew on Monday, June 29th. All Community Club members in good standing effective July 17, 2020, were eligible to vote in this year's election. And now, I would like to introduce Mr. Kenneth Chadwell of Looney, and Chadwell, and he will announce the results of this year's election.
Thank you, Pat. Pat and Ken thought you might want a 1-hour break before I read the results. No, okay. I do want to add my gratitude to the club and the board. It's an honor to serve all of you. To also thank our exiting board members. We appreciate you very much. That's a thankless task most of the time. It's very difficult, but it's very, very important. I want to also thank the election committee. That's also a very difficult job, and it takes some expertise to do that and to do it right, and I appreciate all the work that they put into it. I know this is not why I'm here, but I want to also thank Bruce, Ken, and Bob, and everybody with the finance world here. You know, we serve as counsel to a lot of communities and governmental entities, and they can't rival what you do here. I mean, you have a lot of expertise, you have a lot of experience, a lot of professionalism, and it's just rare to find that. And I know most people may not realize, but that's also a very hard job. I think Bob does a super job. There's not anything that goes on out here that Bob doesn't know. He knows where every penny, how it comes in, where it went, what happened to it, and that's what you want. That's what you want in the manager. So thank you very much. Let me open the material right here. I'm not going to read everything in this packet that was FedExed to us. Yeah, thank you. That's right. There's only a couple of things you really want to know. I understand that. As soon as I read the results, I will dismiss myself. I'm going to hand the material to the chairperson, and they will have or be able to provide additional information to you, because I'm sure there's lots of questions about, how big the vote was and various and sundry things. So, as I did 2 years ago, I'm going to read the results, and I'll read from the least amount of votes to the highest amount of votes in ascending order. So here we go. Donald Elliott, 599 votes. Gary Fitch, 820 votes. Bruce Horn, 911 votes. Jerry Miller, 1,260 votes. John Wedgeworth, 2,533 votes. Greg Jones, 2,792 votes. So your top two vote getters, Greg Jones, John Wedgeworth, congratulations.
Thank you, Ken, and congratulations, Greg and John, and welcome to the Board of Directors. We're looking forward to working with both of you. This year, we were very fortunate to have multiple candidates for the two Director-at-Large positions. Very special thank you to Don Elliott and Gary Fitch, Bruce Horn, Jerry Miller, Greg Jones, and John Wedgeworth for participating in this year's election process. And I'd also like to extend my special thanks to this year's election committee for all of your efforts to ensure that we had a well-run and fair election process. We all know it wasn't easy with the challenges that COVID-19 presented. However, we really do appreciate the job you did, and it was a job well done. At this time, we'll recognize members of the community club to share any comments that you may have. And we would ask that you would limit your comments to no longer than 2 minutes in length, and that you go to one of the microphones to make your comments, because this event is being recorded, and we want to make sure that we have the questions recorded as well. So if you have a question, please go to one of the microphones.
My name is Pac Bruet. I'm a 19-year resident of Fairfield Glade, and congratulations to our two new board members. I don't know what the hell you were thinking of, but anyway, good luck. Just kidding. I'm here just to make a few comments. I want to thank our current board of directors and Bob Weber and his management team for a job well done during some very trying times. Look around the rest of this country and suddenly realize how fortunate we all are to live here. I hope that our residents will get behind our board of directors and management team down the road, and our various organizations and clubs, and support our golf courses and support our restaurants, pickleball, etc., and make this the great community it is. Hats off to everybody on the management team and the board of directors. Thanks a lot, guys and ladies.
Thank you, Pat. Are there any other comments from the membership?
Well, Ken, you know that given the opportunity to be in front of a microphone, I'm here. So, no, I would just like to say how much I appreciate all of the support that Phil received. He received a lot of kudos from people in the community as his 3 years as a board member. And it was always nice to have people say, you know what, we really appreciate what you're doing, because it is a very difficult job. And I want the members to understand that this is a huge corporation that it is being run. And to run it in such a way and to work cohesively as a board was an amazing thing. And this was all being done, well, Ken, you mentioned, the new trajectory in our life where we were raising 3 granddaughters. They were 2, 3, and 7 at the time that we got them. And now we're in the process of adopting our 10-and-a-half-year-old granddaughter, Lily. And so during some pretty interesting times and COVID-19, it was actually a wonderful experience for Phil, and I know he doesn't like to get up and say anything, so I'm going to say it for him. Thank you very much for the support that you gave him on the board.
Okay, I don't see anyone else. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, my comment is on Stonehenge, the road, and I know it's a county road, and the county's supposed to take care of it, but as we all know, our community has really grown quite a bit and is still growing quite a bit, and it's a road that's traveled very heavily. There are areas of that road that have major drop-offs. I understand that the width of the lanes on that road are 12 feet. That's as wide as the shoulders are on Peavine. The new road will have 12-foot shoulders. So we have a lot of very large vehicles on that road. Some of the sides, there are no shoulders there, and I understand that there's only a 50-foot right-of-way. And I think possibly we need to have some sort of a committee that goes to the county, because I understand also that we spend a lot of our tax dollars, or we send a lot of our tax dollars to the county, and I think we deserve a safe road into our community.
All right, thank you very much for your comments. Appreciate it. Any other comments? Then at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. We stand adjourned. Thank you.